Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the motional EMF. So for motional EMF, we have to take a conducting rectangular loop. These are the first, second and third arms, and the fourth arm is movable. This is also conducting. This is movable. And this loop is first of all placed in a uniform magnetic field which is going inside the plane. That means the magnetic field is going this way through this plane, uniform. And this fourth arm, which is conducting and movable, is made to move through the loop like this. So the effective area which is under the effect of magnetic field, or you can say the effective area which cuts the magnetic field, changes this way. So this way what is happening is that there is a production of induced EMF in this conducting arm, movable arm, and that's why, since this conducting arm together with these three fixed part of the loop which is also conducting makes a closed circuit, that's why there is a formation of induced current in this closed loop, right? So this is your rectangular loop where this is the movable arm which is kept in a magnetic field which is going this way into the plane of the board, right? So this is what the value of EMF produced in this conducting arm we are calculating, right? So for that we need to draw the diagram first. This is the magnetic field which is inside the plane of the board. Normally invert, that means. And this is the conducting arm which is movable on this rectangular loop. And this is the rectangular loop. And this is a uniform magnetic field, normally inverts the plane of the board. Magnetic field, normally invert magnetic field. And L is the length of this movable arm. And this is the distance x on which this movable arm moves, right? So when this movable arm is moving on this rectangular loop, the effective area is changing, which is under the effect of the magnetic field. So that's why there is a production of induced EMF in this arm, and since the circuit becomes closed, so that's why there is a production of induced current in this circuit. So what happens is, we will calculate this using the formula for flux. The basic formula for flux is B A cos theta, right? Where theta is the angle between areal vector and magnetic field, that is B, right? And in that, the areal vector has a direction which is normal to the plane. That means if this is your loop, this is the area, and magnetic field is this way, the areal vector also has the direction. If we consider this phase, it will have this direction. Magnetic field is already this way, so the angle between B and A will be 0. In case we are considering the areal vector this way, then magnetic field is opposite. So in this case, the angle between magnetic field and areal vector will be 180 degree. But in case we are taking the same phase, so this will be magnetic field, and the same will be the direction of the aerial vector. So we can say that this aerial vector and the magnetic field are in same direction. In case we are taking the aerial vector this way, this is what I have just explained. So in this case, aerial vector and magnetic field are in opposite direction. So in both the cases, in one case theta will be 0 and in other case it will be 180 degree, right? So here theta is equal to either 0 or 180 degree. So we are considering 0 degree. With 180 degree only the polarity will change. So how to calculate this? If we are marking this as equation 1, this as equation 1, so from 1 what will be flux? Flux will be B into A into cos of 0 degree, that makes it B into A. And what is this area? This is the area. So area can be written as length into breadth, that is L into X, right? We know by Faraday's laws of magnetic induction, EMF is equal to minus d phi by dt, rate of change of flux. So this will give me minus d by dt of B into L into X, right? So from here EMF is given by minus, magnetic field is uniform, B is uniform here. So it can be taken outside the differential sign. This length is fixed, but when it is moving on this side, then X will change. So we can take L outside, but this X will remain with the differential sign symbol. And what is dx by dt? Dx by dt is rate of change of distance. So this can be written V. So here we can mention V is equal to dx by dt, that is rate of change of distance, right? So this is the expression for EMF. If we would have taken theta is equal to 180 degree, then EMF would have been positive. So in case we are taking magnitude, in this case this will be BVL, and for theta is equal to 180 degree, EMF will be BVL only, right? So this is the expression for the motional EMF which is developed in a moving conducting rod on a rectangular loop, right? Now we will calculate the motional EMF from Lorentz force. So next heading we are writing from Lorentz force. So this is another way of deriving it. Now again we can draw the diagram. We can look at the same diagram. We know that in this diagram the rod is moving, so the electrons in the rod will move under the effect of the Lorentz force, or you can say the electrons in the conducting rod which is moving will experience magnetic Lorentz force due to the motion of the conductor. So we can mention it, electrons in the conductor, or you can say moving conductor, will experience magnetic Lorentz force due to their motion with the movable rod. The rod is moving, so the electrons are also moving, so they will experience a force. So say, for example, if this rod is this one, right, and this rod is moving this way, this is the velocity, and the magnetic field is normally inward. So what will be the direction of the force for a positive charge using Fleming's left hand rule? So this is the magnetic field, this is the direction of velocity, and this will be the direction of force. So you can say that by Fleming's left hand rule, for a positive charge, force is downward. For electrons, force is upwards. So how? Look at this again. This is the magnetic field A, B, C. This is the magnetic field. This is the direction of velocity. This is velocity. This is magnetic field. This is the direction of force on a positive charge. But electrons are negative, so electrons will have opposite direction. That means upward direction. So I can say that electrons experience force. Electrons experience upward force. Right? By Fleming's left hand rule. So what is the value of Lorentz force? Formula for Lorentz force is Lorentz magnetic force specifically. This is QV cross B, or you can say QVB sine theta, where theta is the angle between velocity and magnetic field. Now look at the diagram now. What is velocity? Velocity is this way, magnetic field is this way. So what is the angle? Magnetic field is inwards, velocity is this way. What is the angle? Angle is 90 degree. So you can say, right? So what will be the Lorentz force? This force will be QVB sine 90 degree. That means QVB, right? And what will be the formula for work? That is force into displacement. How much displacement are the electrons having from this end to this end? So the displacement of the electrons will be L. So you can say, here we can write the reason. Electrons are displaced by L. We can put the values QVB into L, right? And this is work. We know that work done per unit charge is potential, or you can say EMF. So this work done per unit charge, Q can be taken here. This will be BVL, and W by Q can be written as EMF in this case. So this will be BVL. This formula is same as the one which we have derived in the first step. So both the formulas are same. So this is a derivation of the motional EMF by Lorentz force. So that's all for now. Have a nice day.